Let's start this episode off right.
Alright guys, let's tear into this Mercedes. I got all my parts laid out. I made a list of stuff that I need to do on it so I don't forget. I got my Taiwanese Fender, which was like 70 bucks. This is that headlight bracket. Let me try to figure. Goes in like this, which goes around this headlight basically. And then I got a used headlight which has one busted tab on it, which shouldn't affect it. But you can see it's got a little bit of a cloudy area right there. We're gonna do a restore on it and the other lens, see if we can't get them shiny, which there's actually, I don't think this is gonna come out right here because it looks like there's actually scratches in it. But we'll get it as good as we can. I haven't actually opened the fender to look at it yet. Regardless of whether there's dents on it, we're putting it on. Jerry can do body work if need be. I'll just have to pay extra for it. That freaking headlight was 100 bucks with a broken tab. They're just not, I could have got a set of black background ones that had the black backing and like projector lenses and stuff for like 160 or something like that. But I'm worried about like whether I have the valve covers I got to do. I'm like just trying to keep the price down so I can keep the price reasonable when I try to sell it. So I also, when I was down there looking at it, I realized I had to order a marker for the front bumper. It's like a little reflector that's in the bumper trim. It's busted and there's actually deer hair stuck in it. So this is deer damage like I assumed it was. But we'll get that reflector, or actually I might just leave that little piece on because I got to take this out to get the body work done. And I'm going to remove the front license plate thing, holder. We don't require them in Pennsylvania. We only need a rear license plate, so, and they're hideous. So we're going to remove that. I got my list. Oh, also, I had a little Volkswagen diverter valve down there from when I had an Audi A4 1.8 turbo, and I busted it up, and the cylinder is about almost the same exact size, like circular wise, as the air cylinder on this Mercedes. So I'm gonna make this fit perfect. We're gonna scuff this really well, scuff it really well, JB weld it, and then I'm gonna put a hose clamp on it too to hold that on there. So that should seal up that leak. If we still have problems with that, then I'll research and try to find that part, but this is gonna be my fix for that. You can see I made myself a list. I got fender, I'm just gonna check stuff off when I get it done. Headlight support, headlight, valve covers with a question mark, just make sure that's what I need. The e-brake, sunroof, power shade, got to clean the car out. I have empty car out. That's just like going through the car's extremely clean. I might have to vacuum the floors, but I need to go through the trunk and all the compartments, make sure I have everything out of there, and you know, make sure there's no like extra money or something in there. Like that'd be a plus. We're gonna do a headlight restore, and then I have the air canister listed on here, so I'll take this with me. Hopefully, if I remember. I forget shit a lot. That's why I wrote it down. Alright, so I definitely still feel oil, or yeah, feel. I still smell oil burning. I can smell it because I just had it run for a little bit. One problem is fixed. Sunroof just must have been frozen. It works fine now, so I can cross that off my list. E-brake, somebody suggested that it rubbed that panel on the inside, and I don't think that's the issue. I got down and I just, on the way down here when I released it, I felt it. It's not dragging on anything. It just has no spring after the brake releases. It's like after the brake, it comes out to where the brake releases and it just stops, and there's no tension to lift it up there. So I might have to add a spring or something to help it lift up, but I'll look into that a little bit more. What do I want to do first? I'm just gonna tear into it, start tearing this apart. I may have to remove the bumper, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna work on the fender, at least get the fender off, the headlight bracket, the headlight, and I get that air canister out where I can work on it. So let's tear into that right now. I'm used to working on like GM and domestic vehicles and stuff. This side skirt is hard to get off, so I gotta do some internet research. And also looks like I'm gonna have to switch cameras because for some reason this battery's almost dead already. I just started using it. That's no good. So let me switch cameras. The audio will be a little worse. Then we'll get online. I'll figure out how you get these side skirts off, and we'll go from there. All right, back to it. I gotta jack the car up. Well, that was pretty sketchy. The jack points on it are where the side skirts are, so I couldn't put jack stands under the side skirts because the side skirt has to come off. So, and you can't see a jack point in the front, everything's covered in plastic. So, couldn't tell where you jacked it up at. I jacked it on the side points where you're supposed to put a jack, and then put the jack stands under where the suspension hooks to the frame at. So I mean, it's solid. Still, I'm not gonna roll completely underneath it, I'll tell you that. Alright, so what I just did there, I removed all the hardware that goes on this fender so I can put it on my new fender. Before I put the new fender on, I want to get this headlight bucket out. You can see it, it wraps down around here, comes up around, and that's going to help me with straightening this piece out. I don't think it's very far off, so we'll go ahead and do that. although they look similar right now. You see how flush this fits? It's the wrong headlight. I'm a little upset over the headlight deal because I wanted to have this thing together today, but you know, that's how things go. So I ordered the right one. It's a little bit more money. That one was $100. This one's $120. I'm going to try to return that one. I don't know how that's going to go. I guess I'm going to go ahead and throw the fender on, but the only thing I'm worried about now, I'm looking at the other side, and it looks like you either have to have the bumper or the fender off to get the headlight in, and I'm not quite sure, just the way it looks. But I'm going to work on piecing this back together, I guess, as good as I can for now. And then, well, I got to fix that air canister. Let's go ahead and do that. And I totally forgot I didn't get a hose clamp, so I'm going to see if there's one here. If there's not, I'm going to have to run to the hardware store. Let me show you here. Here's the hole I got, and here's this piece. I'm going to have to sand it and fit it perfect, but I mean, it fits pretty much directly to the form of this thing. I'm gonna trim this edge off over here. Actually, it might be better if I do it like that. Nah, it doesn't quite fit right if I do that. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on like that. We'll gotta sand everything up real good, and we'll get that on there. That should patch that hole up. There's some JB weld on there, a hose clamp. Alright, so I took a grinding wheel across that, got it all rough. Took a grinding wheel across this, got it all rough, and kind of squared it off some. You can see how this is going to go. Directly over that hole. I'm going to clamp that on with some JB weld the whole way around it before I put it on there, and then we'll go around the edges after I clamp it. JB weld it a little bit more, and that should patch that up pretty decent. Alright, so I got JB Quick. You got to have your shit together when you use this. You got to have everything ready when you mix it up, because you got like 4 minutes, and I'm not even saying 4 minutes. You probably got 2 minutes to get it on there before it starts getting clumpy. So I'm going to get it on there, put the piece on, put some more around it, put the clamp on, and we're gonna roll with that. So it actually didn't turn out half bad. You can see whenever I clamp that down, it started smushing out around the edges. I'm pretty sure I let that dry. We're gonna have a really good seal on there. Didn't seem like it was something that was high pressure, so we're gonna wait, let that dry. I think we're gonna take the engine covers off and look and make sure we have valve covers leaking before I decide to order those. So, and then I need to put a battery in this camera, so hold on a second. Not sure if I already went over it, but I did order the new headlight, and it's actually a new one. I had to pay $137 for it. I need to return that one, which was $100, so I'm going to be $37 more into it, but it's going to be a new one. I won't have to restore it, so we'll have to use the restore kit on one headlight for now. Maybe we'll do that right now. Let's go ahead and do that.
Can you dig it?
Alright, so it cleared up a lot easier than I thought. This kit comes with sanding pads and stuff, but they give you a cutting compound to polish the lens first and make sure you don't, make sure if you need the sanding pads or not. And I used that and it cleared it up just fine. I have the base coat on right now, and you have to wait for it to dry first. As you can see, it is great looking. I mean, they look very new now, very shiny. So once this coat dries, I'm just going to give it, like 20 minutes or so. Then you got to use your sealing wipe, but it already looks 10 times better. So hopefully it'll match that new headlight I get pretty good, and then I won't have to worry about polishing it anymore. So yeah, that turned out pretty good. So I can knock that off my list. It's one less thing. Now I got to check these valve cover gaskets. So I keep doing like one thing, getting halfway done, going to the next thing, getting halfway done, moving to the next thing. This thing could have used an inner fender. It was rubbing the wheel. You can see, put a hole in it right there. What I did was I zip tied it to the wiring because it was like dented in and it didn't want to mold back to shape. It wanted to keep denting in. So I zip tied it out so it won't rub the tire anymore. Air canister's fixed. Headlights almost done. I got to get that cover off so I can see the valve covers. But I think I want to go ahead and put the fender back on. I just want to button this up so then I can put this side of the car down. There's not really anything. Well, I might roll under it to make sure there's no oil leaks underneath or whatever, and then I'll go from there. But I'm going to look around a little bit here and see what I can find. Alright, so I rolled underneath the car, and from what I could see underneath, it does look like both valve covers are leaking. So I am still going to tear the top cover off the airbox and see what's going on in there. Make sure it's valve covers. But I want to get this fender back on first so I can knock another thing off my list. So let's get that thing back on. Now that I got it open and looked at it, there's a dent. It protrudes out. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get the light to reflect on it. Yeah. So Jerry will have to work some magic there. And looks like there's a dent here. Oh, great. So it's not perfect. Better than the one that's on it. We'll have to do some body work on this one. I'm not too sure I could have got that door gap any better. Like, it seems pretty good. Now, I was off, this was sticking back this way further than the door, and I just got on it and pushed it and formed it a little bit, and now it's pretty seamless down through there. This sport emblem I do have, it was in the car when I got it, so it will have the emblem there. I got the clip for it, which I believe is this one, and I don't know, I'll have to figure out. There might be one still on the emblem, might be missing one too, who knows. I'm not going to put it on right now. This inner fender lining, oh, it just tucks up in, so we get that up in there for the most part. And then I haven't tightened all the bolts down yet, but seriously, looks like I got that pretty close. Now we'll know for sure once I get this hood done, but the hood's bent, so now I got to work on the hood. Like I said, this is single walled right here, so I ought to be able to form this out. I just want to get sort of close. I mean, we're pretty wrinkled right here, so I'm just going to hammer on this thing a good bit. I don't want to bolt this fender solid yet until I get this hood fitted, so I'm going to work on, I'm going to beat this hood.
Beat the shit out of this hood.
Alright, so I'll show you where I'm at bodywork wise. I got the fender on there. I got the hood semi fitted. It's raised up too high along here. It's down too far right here, which I've been beating the shit out of. I'm getting kind of close, but the gap is a little wide over here compared to over here. Everything fits perfect. I got that headlight sealed up. Get this tripod out, give me a second here. I got this sealed up. It looks really good. So it ought to match the new one whenever I get it. Where else? What else? What else? I just think I'm alright. I gotta check and see. I keep saying it. Keep saying I gotta check the valve covers, but I gotta get that airbox off. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do next. Alright, so I took a little video of my phone. It's going to be the clearest way you can see it. But thank God I didn't go and order valve cover gaskets. Let me pull this up. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the volume or not. It's valve cover. It's clean. Where I'm leaking at looks to be this plug on the back of a cam here. This cam seal plug or whatever this is. I can move it with my fingers. I hope. Yeah. Spinning it. If I can pop that out, that's going to be an easy fix. And it's the same deal on the driver's side over here. So let me get my intake tube out of the way here. Maybe. Maybe not. I thought it would just come off. Okay. Let me get down in here and look. Well, there's really not a lot of room over here. Okay. So I can see the valve cover there. It's completely dry up front. It is in the back. Right here. There's another rubber plug right here. I can spin it too. Boy, I tell you what, if I can pop them out and replace them, this is going to be an easy fix. But that is leaking big time, where it is leaking down onto the exhaust really good on this side. So I got to look into that a little bit. That's awesome. What I'm going to do with these is, for right now, and we'll see if it works, I'm going to clean everything up as best as I can. We're going to RTV them and then stick them back in. If that works, I'll probably just leave it like that. If it doesn't work, then I'll order new ones. I don't know. It looks like they're supposed to have like an O-ring to them, but it's so smashed, I think, and dried that it's just not getting a seal now. So the RTV thing's probably not gonna work, but for right now, until I get the body work done and stuff like that, it'll keep the oil in the engine. If it holds after that, then I'll say we're good. If not, actually, I ought to price them. Let me do that real quick. I'm gonna price them. If they're not that expensive, I might just get them. I wish other car manufacturers would take note of this. This is awesome. Little red button here. So much more room for activities. So much. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I cleaned, which I can't really get in there too good. I cleaned that off real good in there. I still need to get the other side. I'm cleaning the plugs off, and temporarily, I'm just temporarily gonna RTV these. By temporarily, I mean just so I can drive it from here to my house, so I'm not taking up my dad's garage. And then I ordered them. They were cheap as shit, 10 bucks. I got all 3 of them. Way better than doing a valve cover job and paying $160 for that kit. 10 bucks. So I saved my ass there, paid a little bit more for a headlight, but still I am lower now than what I originally thought it was going to be. The hood, I don't know if it can be fixed or not. You got some stuff here I'm working. I got the fender on. I need a bolt for where the bumper and the fender meet, and I'll figure that out. What else? I'm gonna return that headlight. Marking a lot of stuff off the list. I'm glad I don't have to do the valve covers. Next thing is that power shade. That's something stupid. The emergency brake is just, you know, just some small stupid shit. So, oh, and I want to get these air cleaners out. This engine cover, apparently this is where your air filters are. I'm gonna guess 2 of them maybe. So I'm gonna rip these apart and check them out before I put all this back together temporarily. Alright, so I hope they hold. I got them in there, and you can see I used some high temp RTV on them. I cleaned everything up and put them in there. I did all 3 of them. The tabs are broken on them, so I'm gonna have to keep a close eye on that and see how that goes. The thing's probably still gonna smoke because I didn't spray which I need to. I need to spray. Over here is where it's smoking the worst. I need to spray down in there. I want to go ahead and tear this airbox apart because I want to check the air filters. Did you guys see all that garbage? Like all of this? Them scoops pick up all of that and just trap it inside there. So, got them cleaned up. I still need to button that fender up. I'm hoping till I get all this buttoned up. I gotta unmask this. I'm sure it looks pretty good. We'll probably get to the e-brake and the power shade tomorrow. I'm gonna start cleaning up. I've been messing with this thing all day. I need to go eat. I need to take a break. So, yeah. Alright, so the moment of truth. Got this thing back on the ground. Everything buttoned back up as far as I could go. And I'm gonna start it up and see if these cam seals are going to hold. They only need to last me to go a block to my house, and then once I get them in, well, I could probably do it there because they're that simple. I'm not even kidding you. You just pop them out with a screwdriver and pop them back in. But now I got sealer on there, it might not be as easy. So we're going to start it up and make sure they don't fall out or try to push out. Alright, so this air canister has had a good time to dry, and we got no leaks there. That's golden. These seals appear to be, this is the only one I can really get a good shot on. You can see it right there. No leaks, and it doesn't appear to be trying to fly out. That one over there, they all seem good right now. Motor sounds really good now that we got that air thing taken care of. I can actually hear it. You don't hear it knocking. And I wish I would have got the right headlight. That kind of makes me mad, but whatever. So now that I know that that's holding, let me hit this thing here. Okay. Jerry's gonna have to get this hood a lot closer. You can see that it's still down too far. I hit it out a good bit, but you can see that's gonna need a good bit of finessing. The line, the gap is definitely off. The door opens and closes. I don't know what he's gonna have to do to make it fit. I think the hood needs to go down, and I messed with it and I couldn't get it to go down any further. But I don't know. It all depends on if I can find another hood at a decent price. I might put one on it. I just hate to because the rest of the hood's in decent shape. But I mean, it looks really good from this angle, huh? I need to go shut this thing off before I get asphyxiated. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to do, and I totally forgot about it until just this second. I hear that pump running, and I don't hear any leaks. Oh, we got a check engine light now. Son of a. So I'm going to attempt to check this code. It's a regular code. Is that going to focus on that? So we'll just go to regular generic codes and let it scan the system. Alright, so it was the evap emissions leak, and I did have a hose off whenever I started it, and I tried to put it back on. If you see me, it was right up the firewall there. I cleared it out. We're good now. No codes. Oh, that one other thing I want to do. So as you can see, she's starting to look better again. I just got small things to do. Headlight, those cam seals are easy. I got bird shit all over it. Look, that's what I get for parking it down by the road. They're like shitting in the grates and shit on the roof. But she's coming along good. Good progress for one day. I mean, I'm happy with it. So stay tuned, because well, we're not gonna have parts to do anything else. I gotta fix that power shade. I might mess with that tomorrow, and the e-brake, I might mess with that tomorrow. So a couple small things. It'll be a shorter video than this one for sure. I got a lot of footage to edit. I don't even know if this video is going to be out today, Saturday. It might be out tomorrow. But, go check out some other videos. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out! Oh, wait a second. I still have stickers available. I got a lot of orders. I still need to get to the PayPal thing. I set up the email, but the email will be down in the description if you want a sticker. I only have 30 of them this first run. I actually do have a lot of, probably half of them are gone already, or called for. So if you want stickers, 1's 5, 2 is 8. Yeah, but I'll get to it. Maybe tomorrow that'll be my project instead of the car. But thanks for watching, guys.
Peace out again.